We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Fallen World, Issue 1. This is part of a mini-series from Valiant Comics from 2019, written by Dan Abnett, art by Adam Pollina, colors by Ulises Arreola, letters by Jeff Powell, senior editor Carl Ballers, associate editor David Menkel, senior editorial director Robert Meyers. I have cover A. I have no idea who did it because they don't really tell you. They just have covers by Jonboy, Meyers, AJ Jothikumar with Andrew Dalhouse, Turnbull with Leonard Paciarotti, David Mack, Doug Braithwaite, and Diego Rodriguez. So one or two of those guys worked on this cover. It's a cool cover. Got me to buy it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have. The general premise here is that once upon a time, it might as well start with that. There was this big flying mushroom cloud. That's what it looks like. It looks like a big mushroom. And that was New Japan. It's an orbital space station that hovered over Earth, and it was a paradise, and everybody was awesome, and things were great, until a guy named Rai turned against the artificial intelligence known as Father, and broke it, and then the whole thing fell to the Earth, which is apparently all sorts of screwed up, and this didn't help. So there's big chunks of this orbital station all over the place, and this thing was huge, so big sections of New Japan are littered all over the place. A few years later, we jump forward, and we see Bloodshot fighting some dinosaurs. They're not real dinosaurs, they're some sort of synthetic dinosaurs. I don't know what that's all about, but it was kind of a cool scene. Well, Bloodshot's got to respond to all these different people that need help, so he's wandering around, and he eventually finds something, and it's not something good. Then we jump over to the Santaku sector. I don't know how to pronounce any of this stuff. And we see Rai. He is trying to be a leader in this section of Tokyo 3, New Japan, formerly Sector 2029. And apparently there are synthetic humans and humans. They're called positronics, I believe, or there is a slur for them called posies, and you do see people say it. Well, the positronics see him as a savior because they were the slave class, and the humans don't like having to do work, so they're very upset about the whole thing. They don't like that he brought the whole place down, but some of them are behind him, and he's trying real hard to try and be a leader, but I don't think he really wants to do it. That's the impression I'm getting. And he doesn't like any artificial intelligence. Even when one of his friends shows him these limited automated machines, he doesn't like it and wants them shut down. And he's kind of sick of all the warring. So that was pretty interesting. Then we learned that the Eternal Warrior, Giled, and his new Geomancer, Karana, in this dark future, are nosing around in the mountains, and they find a big section of what looks like an industrial plant of the former space station. So they're going to go investigate, but they send word to Rai, and turns out bad stuff's going on. And there's also a group of like religious zealots that have something too called the Raijin. So all these things are converging together to seem to be forming bad things. There's also a preview for Psylords in the back, which looks like it might be okay. It could be crap. Yeah, that one looks very mixed bag. But this was a lot of fun. I would recommend Fallen World. I thought it was good. A fun book. The art's okay. It had some really cool scenes in it. It looks like it's building up to something really interesting, so I'm excited to see where that goes. And Dan Abnett is a solid writer, and he did a real good job getting me interested in this. Interested enough that I'm definitely going to pick up the next issue and see what that is like. Although the cover of issue 2 looks really terrible, but so far it's definitely selling me on it, and I am looking forward to picking up the next issue. So that being said, this is a recommend. Is it worth $4? Probably not, but you may have some trouble tracking it down, so you probably will end up paying cover price for it. But I thought it was a pretty interesting and fun read. I would have liked to have read the story where Rai fights the computer and sabotages it. That probably happened in another miniseries somewhere. I don't know. It doesn't reference it anywhere. It just sort of recaps these events. So I don't know if that actually was ever chronicled or not. If it was, I'd be interested in reading it. I don't know why they didn't advertise that if they had that as a miniseries, because that could have been very Logan's Run and fun. But in the meantime, this is a good book. I enjoyed it, and it's definitely not the worst thing I've read because I read Marvel this month. So that'll do it for me. As always, thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you want to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description and on the About page, and we hope to see you soon.